Welcome and good evening to the Spring Sports Banquet. As usual, I'd like to thank the following people that helped this spring sports season a great success. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Booster Club for their support and for sponsoring this special occasion. In my humble opinion, they are extremely dedicated and always put the athletes first. The Maynard kids are very lucky to have the Booster Club in their corner. Please join me in thanking the Booster Club. I would also like to thank the Maynard administration for all their support they have given me in the athletic department this season and throughout the year. From Dr. Girardi, Mr. Costello, Mr. Barth, and especially Mr. Karajanis, one couldn't ask for better supporters of athletics. They truly see the value of athletics and support the student athletes 100%. Please join me in thanking the administration. Next, I would like to thank the parents. Getting involved in sports isn't always easy and often requires sacrifice, which is most endured by the parents. On behalf of everyone, I thank you for your service and support throughout the season. Thank you. The next set of thank yous goes to this great group of individuals that is sitting behind me. Collectively, this group has made the season most enjoyable. Their ability to manage their teams and coach their kids' important life lessons, along with the skills of their respective sports, is nothing like I've seen. I truly believe that Maine community is lucky to have these coaches as your children's mentors. Would you please give them a round of applause? Last, but certainly not least, I would like to thank the student athletes. They are the heart and soul of the athletics department. Day in and day out, these young athletes walk out into the playing field and work hard to get better every day. They represent their school with pride and aim to win. It hasn't always been easy this season, but they found ways to improve and represent their school with great Tiger pride. I'm truly blessed to be able to work with these great individuals who strive for excellence on a daily basis. Please thank them. Moving on into the program, I'd like to invite up Brenda Sullivan as a representative of the Booster Club for a few words.
I am Gail Lucas. I don't want you to get bored with Brenda Sullivan. You'll take from her too much. On behalf of the Booster Club, I'd like to welcome you to the Spring Sports Awards ceremony. As an organization, the Booster Club supports all high school and middle school athletes. We organize the award ceremonies 3 times a year and provide letter jackets and yearly scholarships to the athletes. And I think the letter jackets are really an important thing to stress. They're very expensive, and I think we're the only school in the area that still provides these jackets for the students. So typically in other schools you would get an M and you'd have to go out and buy the jacket yourself. So it's something that we really pride ourselves on doing the fundraising for. And so I just wanted you guys all to be aware of that. We also contribute to various teams if there be a need. Our revenue comes from running the shack during each season. We are also looking for volunteers to help. So if you'd like to help next year, contact a member of the Booster Club. It's a very short list of people to contact. We meet the first Wednesday on each month at 7 p.m. in the high school library. And we're done with meetings for the year this year, but we'll be starting again in September. So any parents who have students, it could just be working in the shack, just coming and helping organize some things. It would be great. Our parents are aging out. Well, their students are. So it would be nice to have some new, fresh, young blood up there. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the evening. And before we go, we put all of our volunteers in a hat, and we drew a couple of them out to give a little gift card to. We have Denise Fitzsimmons.
jackets. We also give out certificates to the kids, students sitting in C22. I don't know if you can see, maybe C22. And B10.
I'll take it, Caruso.
A7.
I'll take it.
D14. All right, so the next part of the program, we present the letter jackets. Like Brenda mentioned, these jackets are purchased by the Booster Club. To earn a letter jacket, you need 5 varsity seasons or 4 years of the same sport. The other requirement, which usually causes problems, is once the announcement is made, the students have to come to me to tell me. So sometimes you might be sitting there and saying, you know, my student athlete should be getting this, but they might not have come to me. So just as a reminder for that, if your student athlete should have gotten it this season, there's always next season. They don't have to be in season. So first up, who's probably not here, earned it for the fall, Diego Ramirez. Next, J.W. Ringette. And then the next individual is Aiden Young. All right, so the next part of the program will be do words and presentations of the certificates. Another sport that we have this year in the spring, we've had a couple years now, is the co-op with lacrosse. The lacrosse team actually is in the playoffs, and their first game is tonight, probably right around now, 7 o'clock. So they're not here, but I would like to recognize the players that represent Maynard in the Bromfield co-op. Sam Hills, varsity, Aiden Young, varsity, JB, Jake Pantoni, and Patrick Briggs. So those are the Okay, so first up, girls track.
First of all, I would like to thank the Booster Club for another evening to celebrate our athletes here at Maynard High School. I hope all the athletes realize how fortunate they are to have the support of so many people. Congratulations to all the spring coaches and their teams on a successful seasons. A big thank you to the track parents. We appreciate your support, your driving to meets, for having your girls where they need to be, uniformed and ready to go. Thank you to Coach Brian and Coach Carl for all that they do throughout the season. Also a heartfelt thank you to the other Coach Sullivan for always having my back and for taking such good care of the girls. Now, for the most important part of the evening, I'd like to introduce my seniors. The girls who led us to a season where we were undefeated in all league dual meets. Girls, please stand when I call your name. These first 3 are really special as they've been on the track team for 6 years. Sprinter, jumper, captain, last of the Machado sisters, Aliza Fred Machado. Talented doer of all things running. Captain, last of the Fitz track family, Emma Fitzsimmons. jumper, sprinter, Nita Insigne. I know, I say it all, it's only 6 years. Distance to 400 and jumping captain, the last of the Cobb sisters, Violet Cobb. Sisters. Our throwing girl, Meredith Cormier. And our one and only pole vaulter, but I will do whatever in the meets, Christy Tesla. Each one of them brought something special and unique to this team. It's hard to believe that they're seniors and will be leaving us. We will miss them next year. Thank you, ladies, for your dedication to this sport and to your team. I have another important group to introduce. Please join us on the stage. Lauren Elford, Sarah Elford, Sydney Antonio, Laura Kyoto, Katarina Garabedian. I'm moving very fast, ladies. Brianna Junta, Julia Kelly, Monica Kells, Alicia Moriarty, Sylvia Smith, Lulabelle Sullivan-Roy, and Elizabeth Ulrich. These are our 7th graders. They're new to track and have made us all very proud. A good number of them have competed in the middle school state meet this past Saturday. These are the future faces of Maynard High School track, and in my opinion, the future looks very bright. Thank you for joining us, ladies. We cannot wait to see what the future holds for you on the track. Stay where you are. Now, if the captains would be kind enough to help us give out the certificates. Ms. Sullivan. No, I need to read them. I don't remember all 70, whatever of them. Jamie Butler, Laura Chiodo, Katarina Garabedian, Maddie Hobbs, Monica Kells, Julia Kelly, Rose Mendez, Alicia Moriarty, Isabel Sharp, Sylvie Smith, Alyssa Baraloni, Ray Sharon, Haven Estabrook, Aurora Estabrook, Elizabeth Freeman, Reese Lowry, Haley Malozzi, Allie Morgan, Carolyn Norris, Dorinda Okorji, Celine Hicks, Kate Roba, Allison Roach, Faith Servio, Olivia Backlows, Sam Backlows, Katie Briggs, Madison Brown, Phoebe Cook Lovely. I didn't tell you girls are going there. Megan Curtin, Molly Hines, Lindsay McCabe, Jordan Mullen, Carly Ryder, Lily Sacristy, Claudia Severance, Ava Servio, Lily Sullivan, Lily Wilson, Ray Squire. Okay, we have 7 girls selected to the All-Star team this year. Dorinda Okorji winning first place in the 100 meter. Winning first in the javelin. First place in the 4x400, Hayden Estabrook, Violet Cobb, Allie Roach, and Aurora Estabrook. And our at-large winner with 2 third places in the 2 mile and 800, Grace Sharon. Coach Brian and the boys' troubles.
All right, thank you everyone for coming here tonight. Glad to be here, glad everyone can make it. Just a small little speech I've added in here is just wanted to really talk about how important sports are to our kids and to the community. In this current, climate of education where really focus on strict academic success is important, and it is important, I do think sometimes it underlines the importance of athletic success too. Doing well in school or performing well in a test prepares you to succeed on the next test, or the next grade, or in the future. But I always believe it's sports that best prepares you for how to fail properly. One thing is better than a sport like track and field that constantly challenges you. In life, there are roadblocks that you have to get over. In track, we literally put roadblocks in the way. We call them hurdles, and you have to get over them. We have an event that doesn't end until you fail. The high jump has an ever-rising pole to jump over until you fail to jump it, so that you can succeed the next time. You will never be mentally or physically challenged at the same time, quite like you will in the mile or the 2 mile. It's mentally and physically exhausting. So thank you for all the athletes that come out. I know it's challenging, it can be painful a bit, but I think in the end, you can become better people with education and with athletics, really setting you up for a great foundation for the future. Now I'd like to have our seniors stand up. I have them right in the front row here. Sindre Samset, Lucas Koskinen, Tommy Smith, and Michael Baraloni. Thank you for your leadership and the way that you help lead the team and help guide the younger athletes to where they need to be. As a captain or not a captain, I found that all 4 of you did a great job, working with everyone on the team. So thank you very much. So now you're going to help me give out all the certificates. So if you guys come on over here and help out, we'll start going through these. All right, for varsity, we have Matthew Cloutier, Jeff Den, Stephen Den, Adam Fowler, Daniel Friedman, Dominic Lapisada, Kyle Monahan, Luis Ortiz, Matthew Antonio, Ivan De Mesa, Anthony Lapusada, Joey Lavosi, Michael Baraloni, Lucas Koskinen, Sindre Samset, Tommy Smith. Then for junior varsity, we have Gavin Bartlett, Colin Hogan, Adam Kishak, Brody Ringette, Chris Shad, Thomas Babian, Ian Fowler, Peter Jordan, Andrew Shad. And then for middle school, we have Harry Linacek, Gabe Arroyan, Joseph Birmingham, Wilbur Chow, Joseph McDonald, Evan Moore, Isaac Barbagallo. Thank you. Here's our team. Thank you for coming up, and make sure you get your certificates. Last up, I'd like to announce what we have for the Boys All-Stars. We have 3 All-Stars this year, and it was Sindre Samset for all-around performance at the league meet. We have Lucas Koskinen, who plays second in the discus. And finally, Tommy Smith, who came in first place in the javelin. All right, thank you. We are done, and now we'll be handing it off to softball.
Good evening. I would first like to thank all the girls for all their hard work this season. No doubt that it was a challenge in and out throughout the season, but you guys showed up every day, never gave up, never quit, and as a coach, that's all I ask. I am very proud of the way that you guys handled yourselves in and out throughout the season. And on that note, we were recognized for the Sportsmanship Award by the league, so I want to congratulate you guys on that. I also want to thank Coach Savard and Coach Capone, the JV and the middle school teams that worked very hard this season to put in the work to eventually get up to me. I appreciate all your hard work, ladies and coaches. Lastly, I can't say enough about the community here and all the parents that supported us throughout the season. This year we had our first fundraiser, spaghetti dinner, to raise money for the programs, for uniforms and whatnot. I can't thank enough from the community that put in the work, that donated. Big thanks, huge thanks goes to Barbara and her family, Barbara Chatton, I hope I say it right. You took on the task, you organized it, you went out there, you went door to door. I personally want to thank you and the rest of the parents that put in the work to bring back the fundraising to our program. So on behalf of the coaching staff, we really appreciate it and I want to thank you. At this point, we want to call up the seniors and their awards. First off, Caitlin Gargas. Sorry. Anna Manning. Sydney Jacobson. Egan, Rachel Foreman, Macy Cooper, Erin Coleman, Meredith De Niro, Diana Ruggiero, and Brooklyn Poliki. Thank you, ladies, for a great season. I do have 2 All-Stars that got recognized by our league this year. very proud of each of these individuals. First off, Caitlin Gargas, come on down. I have one more All-Star that was recognized. And Manning. Okay, at this point I'm going to pass it off to Tony.
I'm terrible at this. Again, I'd like to just piggyback on Coach Nicholson and thank the parents, the community for everything you guys do for this program. Barbara, thank you very much for organizing everything, doing the fundraising for us. Greatly appreciated on behalf of all of us. But we'll just go ahead and get these certificates handed out. First off, Katie Fedderson. Molly Sullivan. Bella Lawton. Bella Wellington. Juliana Tenaglia. Eliza Smethers. Hannah McLaughlin. Marissa Lawton. Annie Caneskimo. Rachel Fisk. Emma Boucher. Molly Marrow. And Sophia Manganero. I also have a little something for 3 girls who will not be coming back to this program next year. They're going to be attending Assabet. So we have for you guys a team sign ball. So you guys can remember this year forever, okay?
Alright, I want to start by thanking the girls for making my first coaching experience go so well. I learned a lot from you and I'm looking forward to our last 2 games. I also want to give a special thanks to the JV girls who came down to help us with our games, who made this season possible for us. And a special thanks to the parents for all your support. Natalie Aguirre. Hannah Peters. Natalie Carlson. Nevaeh Duplessis. Cassandra Allaire. Noelia Rodriguez. Mia Quioto. Anna Malionet. And Sophia Brown.
All right, we're going to pass the name off to the baseball coaches.
I am not a baseball coach. I just want to make a brief comment. I just thought of it as Ashley was presenting the certificates. I probably hired her maybe a week before the season. And, you know, she's never been a coach before, just starting out teaching. I asked her, and she said, yeah, sure. And, you know, for me, I like to talk about sports as life lessons and preparing you for the future. And she was a former Maynard student athlete. And, you know, I like to think, you know, because she played sports, she was able to develop a can-do attitude. You know, she hadn't coached before. She wasn't afraid of failure. If she, you know, if she was gonna mess up, it was gonna be okay, and she would get better. You know, so I think that's a prime example of how sports can really benefit you later in life. It's not necessarily about the wins and losses when you're in high school. It's about the life lessons that you learn after. And, you know, developing that type of attitude is something that, you know, I think is very important. So I just want to recognize Ashley for that. So on behalf of the varsity baseball program, both individuals had family commitments and asked me to just say a blurb from them about the season and passing on the certificates. Just a word about the baseball program itself. It was a little bit different this year. Since I've been here, we've always had a JV and varsity program, but because of numbers, we weren't able to field 2 teams, but all the players, 9 through 12, took it in stride. Even some of the younger players who kind of had the misfortune of not being able to play JV, but they showed up to practice every day and they worked hard, so that's a compliment to them. So in the words of Coach Stewart, this season was a tale of 2 halves. The first half we struggled both defensively and offensively, so we ended up with a record 4-6. The second half of our season, both defense and offense came together. We went 8-2 in the second half of our season. So in, day out, kids worked hard to get where they were at. We earned the 6th seed in the Central Mass Division 4 tournament, and we'll face the number 3 Clinton next Monday at 4 o'clock. So while their hard work played off, and their first playoff game is on Monday. So round of applause. So I'm just going to call up in the order. Ryan Monahan. William Walsh. Jamie Oliphant. Sean Duddy. Luis Rodriguez. Matt Walsh, Chad Whitney, Matt McDonald, Thomas Butler, Patrick Murray, Jonathan Madej, Jacob Calentro, Jacob Uringet, Noah Castro, and Angelo Rodriguez. The baseball team had 3 All-Stars, Jake Hartwell, Chris Kusick, and Ryan Monahan. Next up, the middle school baseball program, Coach Fred McDonald and Assistant Travis Hales.
Hi, before we get started here, we have a middle school team this year with 17 players, which is a really good turnout. a couple sixth graders, 4, the rest were 7th and 8th. So we did pretty well for not knowing the game at the beginning, but we picked it up and had a good season. With that being said, we had 4 8th graders. Nick Tanega, did I say your name? Nick? I get it wrong? Get up anyway. Stand up. Is Ryan here? All right. Nolan Currier. Brian Butler. They're captains, and they did their job. They did a nice job without being idiots. They were nice to the other kids, and they helped them out. So, we're going to announce the names in a second. Before we do that, we're starting a new thing with the JV softball. Monday the 10th, Boys Middle School is going to play them. Okay? It's going to be a good time. With that being said, we need a mailing list for parents to bring stuff. You got parents to bring stuff. You get that? Okay. So that's how we're going to work that out. Barbara, where are you, Barbara? Barbara? See Barbara up there? Get neck brace on, Barbara? Barbara's on the neck brace. See her with the email. Will you do that, please? Okay, parents, okay? All right, and here we go. Let's get this thing going. Thank you.
So I'm going to read off the names. If you can't tell, that's why I'm around here. So, Nicholas Tenaglia. Nolan Currier. Ronald Butler. Ryan Cedeno. Jack England. Jay Sweeney. Connor Seda. Aiden Donahue. Ryan McLaughlin. Nick Maria. Daniel Terrell. Andrew Kalkoff. Owen Wild. Alex Robert. Josh Curtin. Liam Lawton. And Patrick Marr. Thank you. Thank you.
For gift card, B3. So the next portion of the program, we're going to award the trophies. So first up for most improved middle school boys track.
All right, for most improved for middle school, we have an athlete that got himself down to below a 6-minute mile this year, and also qualified for the middle school championship in 800, where he ran his PR, I think, by 8 seconds in a brilliant race. The athlete for this one is Gabe Arroyo.
Softball most improved this year goes to a junior, who I thought defensively and offensively stepped it up. She had second highest batting average this year. She was .415. She had the highest RBIs this year with 8. She played outfield a little last year. This year she really stepped in a different position and really took the role of a leader out there. I thought Rachel did an outstanding job behind the plate this year. She made it fun. By the end of the season, she really was vocal, and I thought Rachel did a great job, most improved. Come on, guys.
Most improved for middle school softball is Hannah Peters.
I usually don't do anything in sports, and I forgot that I have to be Coach Stewart. So most improved. Our most improved player goes to a player that improved every day for our team. He was our leading hitter for most of the year. This player batted .355 for us all year long. This kid was a tough out in the lineup. He was named Mid-Watch E All-Star. This year's most improved player goes to Chris Kusick.
For the most improved for the middle school, everybody sit down. It's Ron Butler.
Alright, so the most improved middle schooler this year had 14 different people receiving votes. And this is amazing to me because it shows that each athlete recognizes the improvement that each other has made throughout the year. This year's recognition goes to a young lady who's had a ton of votes in both categories. She is from a track family and has etched her own path on this track. She is a hard worker, hence named most improved. She runs with tenacity and grit and is looking forward to having her name up on the record board in the near future. This year's most improved middle school track athlete is Sylvia Smith.
Okay, the next award is the Unsung Hero for varsity softball. This goes to a player that definitely kept us in games when we were down. Always positive, always picking up, encouraging each and everyone on the team. She always had a smile on her face. She was very fun to watch since sophomore year, and she was always fun to be around. Great work ethic, great attitude, always 100%. and I thought she was an outstanding captain this year. Jordan Cedillo.
Middle school unsung hero goes to Nina Piata.
Our Unsung Hero Award goes to a player who consistently provides solid defense and production at the plate and also on the mound. This is a player who shows up every day, does his job, and does not look for recognition. He batted number 3 all season long, and he finished with a 3-1 record and a 3.15 earned run average. He also batted .267 for us. This year's Unsung Hero Award goes to Billy Walsh.
So the middle school unsung hero award goes to someone that sometimes you don't necessarily know what you're missing until they're not there. And the one game that he missed, you really felt his void. And I'm also up here to make sure that Brad doesn't have to say his name again. So, unsung hero award for middle school baseball, Nicholas Tenagli.
The Unsung Hero Award for us is given to an athlete who is totally committed to the team and the sport. They're not one who we always talk about or that's always in the limelight. Without this person, our experience of the team would be very different. This person goes above and beyond to support others, works hard, and gives her all in meets and in practice. She was plagued with an injury previously, but still made her presence felt. She ran whatever I asked, whenever I asked. It's been a true pleasure spending time with and watching this girl grow into the caring, loving young lady she is today. Our unsung hero for 2019 is Captain Emma Fitzgerald.
Our middle school unsung hero is presented to a young lady who gives 100% of herself every time she steps on the track. She's a sprinter and a thrower. As a 7th grader, she has managed to place in almost every dual meet this year. In addition, she not only qualified but placed 3rd in the middle school state track meet. She is looking forward to trying new things next year and is a true asset to her team. Our middle school unsung hero is Alicia Moore.
For unsung hero of track and field, I like to line people find the student who has the best dedication, who's always there, who really embodies the sport. And here I had an athlete who struggled really early in the season and couldn't really get his legs underneath for races. About halfway through the season, he finally broke through and started to see his times go down. He improved his 2-mile time by over a minute during the season, and on top of that, he continued to work out with the team even after his racing was already done. It's that type of dedication that broke him out of his slump and will help see him success in the future. This is going to Matt Cloutier. middle school, we had a fresh-faced 7th grader who was looking to perform well in sprinting events. I would say he always had the best attitude, was always had a smile on his face, was always at practice, and did whatever he was told and what he needed to succeed. It's this attitude that will help him reach new heights in his future in track and field. This is going to go to Harry Linicek.
For the Coaches Award, our Coaches Award goes to a 4-year player and team captain. This player has always been willing to do whatever it takes to help the team win. This player led our team in batting with a 450 batting average. He was also named to the Mid-Watch E All-Star team. This player models what every coach looks for in a teammate and a player. Probably because he doesn't talk much and he just does what he needs to do. I add that. This year's Coach Award goes to Ryan Lonnie.
Hello again. I guess I was told I was supposed to do a little speech. Are you all sitting down still? Here we go. This is the best team of boys that I've coached in a long, long time. They were good kids, and that means a lot to me. And I have been doing it a long time. Okay? And they're great boys I had this year. So, I just want to thank them all again. And the coach's trophy goes to Nolan Curry.
Doesn't have much more in it. It's just pretty short, so. The Coaches Award is chosen for the discussion between Coach Sullivan Jr., Coach Bryant, Coach Carl, and I. We bounce off ideas of people we think have improved, been most dedicated, or seem to work harder. Been a constant on track helping where needed. We tossed around a couple ideas, but always came back to the same young lady. She's a true class act and has always worked hard, never seeking recognition, and is the epitome of a team player. It is with great pleasure that we present the 2019 Coaches Award to Alyssa Barlow.
The Middle School Coaches Award is given to an athlete who we believe has found her passion. It is not always easy being a 7th grader on a team full of older people. This young lady has made her mark here in Maynard, and thankfully, hopefully, she will continue to make that mark over and over again. This was a very difficult decision because we have so many talented middle schoolers. I prefer when the team has a say. However, after we made our decision, I looked at the voting sheets and found that she was in the top 3 in every category. I was excited to see her compete on Saturday at the state meet against girls her own age and hope she realizes what a bright future she has here. This year's Coaches Award is presented to Brianna Gentile.
All right, for the Boys Coaches Award, had this athlete who had I think, a pretty good jump up from last year. He's an athlete that I think was in the most different events during the season. He competed in the long jump, triple jump, javelin, high hurdles, 100 meters, 200 meters, and the 4x1 meter relay team. Coach's award goes to Ivan De Mesa. He's in the booth. Can't come down. There he is. And for the middle school coaches award, I have an athlete that really last year focused on short sprints and then took on the task of running distance this year. Trying something different can be difficult, and he succeeded in the 800 and the mile. He completed the middle school state meet. He represented Maynard and Fowler well at the meet. It goes to Wilbert Chow.
Softball, varsity softball, coaches award. I gave it to a player that worked hard every day, showed up. She was a team player, she was a leader for us. I could put her anywhere. She was ready to go at any time. She had the highest batting average on the team, 449 with 6 RBIs. The improvement was crazy since sophomore year. She had 2 hits. Not to play this down, but she had 2 hits her sophomore year. She doubled that her junior year. Senior year, she's comes on top with the highest batting average. Improvement over the years was outstanding. Just an all-around great kid. Coach's award goes to Anna Mann.
Our most valuable player in the fields was set up many years ago to recognize the track athlete that may not be a standout in the running events, but serves her time with hard work, dedication, and self-improvements in one or more of the field events. This is a person who stands out in the area of long jump, triple jump, high jump, shot put, javelin, or discus. The athlete chosen by her team this year is someone who scores a lot of points. She's a force to be reckoned with on the track and in the fields. Unfortunately, we haven't broken her constant need to complain. Our MVP fields is Dorinda Okoye.
I was lucky this year having 2 outstanding fields event athletes, both that actually ended up going to our all-state meet this year, which was Lucas and Tommy Smith. So I want to make sure I let you both know that you were both awesome this year. Thank you for those. Pleasure working with both of you. But I can only pick one field athlete for MVP. And I think this person particularly was always at practice and always got his throws in. And his improvement this year was astounding in the discus. And what led him to become 2nd place in the state qualifying meet and a chance to compete in that all-state meet and represent Maynard well. I hope this type of attitude and hard work rubs off on all the other athletes that are here. The field's MVP is Lucas Koskinen.
varsity softball MVP. This goes to a player that amazingly had an outstanding year last year. This year, I can't say enough about her work ethic. She came in rain, shine, hurt, tired, you named it. She always had a smile on her face, ready to go. She never quit. She never wanted to get it taken out. Even if she was hurt, she pitched over 100 innings last year. She came and pitched every single game this year, over 100 innings. And in softball, that's a lot. We played sometimes 3 back-to-back games, 4 games a week, 3 weeks in the season. She didn't complain at all. She was ready to go. I appreciate that. Our team appreciated all her hard work this year. She definitely was a presence out there. She deserves to be and was recognized as an all-star. And she is MVP of varsity softball. Caitlin Vargas. And 2020 varsity softball captains for next year is Erin Egan, Sid Jacobson, and Rachel Warren.
So for the MVP for baseball, our MVP had a tremendous season entering this year. We knew we had a veteran pitcher who would rely on heavily in the rotation. He did not disappoint, leading the team with a record of 5-1 and a 2.85 earned run average. When this person was not pitching, he provided superior defense at shortstop. Most impressive was his offensive production this player provided for our lineup. He finished with a .433 batting average. This year's MVP and Midwatch E All-Star is Jake Harper. Next year's captains, Noah DeCastro, Billy Walsh, and Matt McDonald.
For our overall MVP, is a student that really hasn't been part of our team for very long, really just this year. When he joined up, he showed his ability to be a multi-sport event and very strong in almost all of them. His consistent hard work, he improved in all of his events he entered in, and he ended up qualifying in the district meet, I think in the high jump, triple jump, 400, and 110 hurdles. So this overall MVP will go to Sindre Samset.
MVP overall. When I have the girls vote, I ask them to think about the person they believe best represents the track athlete. The person who gives 110% of himself 110% of the time. This young lady has been with us for a long time and exemplifies all of the qualities of the track athlete. She truly loves her team and is willing to do anything for anyone on the team. In addition, she has been the go-to girl for both coaches and athletes this year. If we need something done, we call her out. But more importantly, when she saw something that needed fixing or heard something that needed attention, she just took action. The team would have not run as smoothly as it did without her leadership and commitment to every girl on the team. We've all heard the phrase, actions speak louder than words. Well, Isa, you've surely been heard. She has always been overwhelmed with comparing herself with her sisters. And as I often say to the girls, you do you. Your sisters were special in their way, but you would not have had the success we did this year without you. Our MVP is tri-captain Aliza Faret Pachak. Did I say tri-captain? I didn't say tri-captain.
Which one are you leaving out?
Oh, yeah, but never, man. Never. Our captains for the 2020 season, that sounds funny, 2020, will be Aurora Estabrook, Morgan, and Celine Perez.
One more gift card. Sorry. D1, D21, D21. So in closing, just have a few words. First, I'd like to thank you and again honor and congratulate the seniors on the stage. Big round of applause for them. Most have been involved in the athletics since 7th grade, so it's been a pleasure to watch them grow and mature and to find young men and women. My hope and the hope of the athletic department is that you leave here with the happy memories of playing sports and also equipped with the skills and the life lessons that you learned to be able to be successful in life. It's not always going to be easy, but I feel like with the sports behind you, you'll be able to do anything you put your mind to it. Next, a few words to the underclassmen. Obviously we've had a great year, accomplished a lot, but you don't want to just rest on those laurels. The next season is around the corner, and the summer is a great time to train and focus on the skills that need improvement. The main message is to do something athletic every day. Run, lift, play the sport you love the most. It is simple, but especially challenging when faced with the other summer distractions. When you don't feel like working out or training, or a friend wants to go to the beach, stop to think about how bad you felt when you lost, or think about the other kids on the team that work hard in the off season. You listening over there? In the end, the choice is yours, but remember, in sports, the choice often affects others. Don't let yourself down, don't let your team down, don't let your school down by failing to work hard this summer. Go out there, have fun, work hard. Thank you, have a good night.